This is Jack Mathis, and this is my persuasive speech, and I'm going to be talking about performance-enhancing drugs in athletes and why it's a bad idea. The desire to see superior athletic performances has increased over the years, and because of this, there has been an abuse of PEDs, or performance-enhancing drugs, anything from steroids to human growth hormone, or lots of testosterone boosters, a lot of other things. These drugs are used to gain more strength or speed, quickness, whatever it may be, to get the sport, to win at the sport. The use of PEDs should not be allowed in all athletes because of the harmful health effects that it has on the individual taking the drug, the influence it has on minors when they see collegiate or professional athletes using it, and the legacy or the reputation that it will ruin in a professional or collegiate athlete. The first reason is the health effects, and there's a wide range of side effects from temporary to permanent physical changes to stunted growth, heart complications, and bacterial infections. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, the abuse of steroids tampers with the production chain of hormones found in the body. This disruption can cause both reversible and irreversible changes. In males, it can cause ball shrink the testicles, and it can reduce the sperm count. In females, it can cause the breast to shrink in size. It can cause thick skin and deepen the voice. All of these effects, if with continued steroid use, all these side effects will become permanent. There's no taking these back. In children, it's especially bad because of the fluctuating levels of hormones in their body, especially adolescents. If you add synthetic drugs, synthetic hormones in there with that, then you get a lot of bad side effects, usually growth, and it can eventually lead to fragile bones, which can cause easy fractures. And lots of steroids and PEDs are used with needles. They're injected by a needle, and a lot of times people don't use sterile needles, and they'll infect themselves unintentionally with bad infections like HIV or hepatitis and a lot of other stuff that you do not want to get. And studies have also shown that use of PEDs can lead to types of withdrawals, cravings for the actual drug, and shaking, mood swings, also called roid rage, or the loss of appetite, decreased sex drive, lots of other things. These are all examples of a physical and psychological addiction. Another reason why it's used in all athletes is the effect that it has on minors when they see a collegiate athlete or a professional athlete using them. Many high school athletes and children, even younger than high school age, are choosing to use PEDs. Why? Because they see their role model, which is a superstar or some college star, is using these drugs. But it's got to be well known that these people use drugs. It's especially a problem in the MLB. When they see these drugs being used by the professional athletes, they get the message that whatever it takes to win, it's okay. And it's not okay, because I don't think any parent would want their bring those to whatever way, no matter legal or illegal, to win. It's a big problem in high school football locker rooms You see the needle passing around. Everybody wants to get big for their senior year so they can win the state championship, but they're not looking at the long-term effects, the health effects, and it's just a continuous cycle that goes down the line. And another reason why PEDs should not be used is the effect that it has on the reputation and the legacy of college and professional athletes. According to Mr. Usalis and Ms. Coart's article, The Future of Steroids, there's a baseball player named Jason Gibby, and he hit home runs in a single season, along with, over a course of 3 years, having a batting average of over 300. And he was a well-known super slugger, so to speak. And he was many kids' role models, a role model for many children. And a few years later, he eventually confessed to using the human growth hormone, and that will cloud his legacy forever. And there's also, if you use steroids, then people will say that they're not legit because they use steroids. It's just another reason why someone wouldn't want to use steroids. It clouds the line between God-given gifts and the use of synthetic drugs to make your body stronger. And there's also the idea that people like to use is that it's the user's personal decision to use that drug, and that even if the drug is illegal, that these people will still use it, so why not just make it legal? Well, if that's the case, then why don't we just make drugs and meth and heroin and all that good stuff? Why don't we all just make that illegal? Legal. Because, people are going to use that drug anyway, too, even though it's illegal. So, I just don't see that train of thought working. Plus, it's in virtually any sport, the use of drugs are illegal, these PEDs, so you're just taking a bigger risk for yourself. And all in all, just the use of PEDs is a bad idea.